Hello and welcome to Nafta Review. I'm your host, Buddy1927. Today we are reviewing the T-30, which is the Tier 9 American tank destroyer in the Turreted line. The reason why we are on Tank Inspector instead of the garage today is because I actually sold this. I missed this tank. I liked it, but I needed garage space, plus I needed the crew off of it, and I already have the T110E4. Because I already have the T110E4, I didn't really need the Tier 9 right now, so I went ahead and deleted it. I can always buy it back and grind the crew up on it. So let's show you the tech tree and how to get to it. As you can see, you go to the American tech tree line. Start off with the T1 to the T18 to the T82. Now there's two ways you can go down this line. First, the direct line is the M8A1 to the T49 to the Hellcat, or you can go to the T40 to the Wolverine, then hop up to the Hellcat. Once you go from the Hellcat, you go to the T25/2. This is where your grinding starts slowing down, and you hit the T28 prototype. Now the T28 prototype grind is long, and I'm going to warn you. It is a Tier 8, and actually I almost stopped grinding because the grind on this tank was pretty hard until I got to the Tier 10 gun on it. It has a Tier 10 gun on it. Once you got to the Tier 10 gun, it became a lot easier. Then I went to the T30 and ended up with the T110E4. Now the T30 tank is the one we're reviewing, and this is the tank itself. It has a crew of 6, which includes the commander, the gunner, the driver, radio operator, and 2 gunners. I'm sorry, 2 loaders. If you watch my OTC episodes, you see I'm currently doing skills and reviews, and since this tank has 2 loaders, you want to take a look at those episodes and find out how to actually get your skills and perks right on those. When you have a crew, 2 crew members doing the same job, you don't want them doing the same skill or perk, and I'll explain that in the episodes of OTC. Now that's enough advertisement for OTC, so let's go to this tank itself. It's not a bad looking tank. It looks a little fierce, actually looks like a heavy. But one thing you got to remember, this is not a heavy tank. This is a tank destroyer. We use this to snipe, not brawl. Okay. Brawling bad, sniping good. 1 shot, 1 kill. Oh, sorry. Okay, first thing I'm going to talk about is the armor here. It has 102 millimeters of armor on the front plate and 275 millimeters of armor on the front of the turret. Because of the slope of this tank, and you can see when I switch to the color code on this, but it has a good slope, so it actually gives you better armor. As you can look to the right, I'm at a 30-degree angle now. It's equivalent to 177 to about 180 millimeters of armor. That's good. Okay, I'll show you the weak point on this. If you got this tank dead in your sights, front on left, just like this, there's 2 weak spots. The first one is very hard to hit, and that's that commander's hatch. You can see it only has 6 millimeters of armor. One advantage to it, it is angled and sloped, so you got to hit it just right, or you end up ricocheting. As I said, if you're hitting head on, this is the major weak spot right here, this gun port. And as you can see, head on has about 80 millimeters compared to 140. Which one would you rather hit at? This is your weak spot right here. That's the sweet spot if you want to take a look at. Now we'll go to the color code. Remember, light blue, light greens are bad, yellows are good, red's better. The darker the color, the better the armor. And like I said here, we have 102, but look at this green spot. This is the weak spot of that tank in the underbelly. When you're fighting this tank, you want to be hauled down so you can't see your hull. You want your turret hit exposed, because that's where all your armor is in the turret, not in the hull. Now on the side here, side armor of the hull is 76 millimeters. Of the turret, it has 127 millimeters of armor. Now, as you can see, this is the commander's hatch. The lower part of the commander's hatch has the same amount of armor, about 127, and it's angled, so it's going to slope. If you can get that very top part of that hull, of that commander's hatch, you got 72, but you have to be an excellent shot. We're going to turn this to the back now. Now the rear of this tank has 51 millimeters of armor. That's not good. This is the reason why you want to be hauled down, if you can, 360 degrees. That way you end up protecting your hull. The rear turret of this thing has 102, the same as the front hull. Back of the turret has 102. So when you're fighting this tank, let's get out of this color code. When you're fighting in this tank, you want to be hauled down. You want your hull not exposed. You best to have your turret, because that's where all the armor is at. Okay. Next, we're going to go over the guns. It has 3 guns. Let's go over the first gun here. It's Tier 8. It's 105. It has 105 millimeter AT gun on it. Rate of fire on this is 7.631 seconds. Rounds per minute, roughly 7.5 rounds per minute. Reload time on this is 7.863. It carries about 63 rounds on it. The AP rounds, it does about 320 damage, about 198 penetration, and about 320 on the APC rounds. Next gun is 120 millimeters. On the 120 millimeter gun, reload, rate of fire on this is 6.451 rounds per minute, which is roughly about 6.5 rounds per minute. Reload on this is 9.301 seconds. Carries 34 rounds of ammunition. AP damage on this gun is 400 damage. Penetration is 248. On the APCR rounds, it actually is 400. Same as AP. Okay, next we're going to go to the top gun, which is also Tier 10, the 155. With the 155, the rate of fire is about half, around three rounds per minute. Load time is double at 20.137 seconds. You carry 34 rounds on this tank. The AP round, AP M111 round, damage on this thing is 750 millimeters. Penetration is 276. As you can see, you do twice the damage with one round as the 122. And the AP round on this thing is the APM 112 is 750 750 damage points. Excuse me for stuttering. I'm sorry. One of the things that you want to realize, the accuracy on this gun is actually pretty good, which is roughly about 37.37. The reason why I use the 155 when I played this tank, I used the 155 because I can actually do damage with this thing. The average, what they are giving you in the AP M111 and the AP M112 is the average penetration. Some shots are going to be higher, some shots are going to be lower. You do actually more alpha damage with the M55 with the 155 than you would with the 122. Now, a lot of people, we've had this discussion with in our clan about this tank and the gun. A A lot of people like to use the 122 because it it loads twice as fast, and you can do about the same amount of damage. That's not actually accurate. Let's take a look at the I'm sorry, not the 122, the 120 millimeter gun. Yes, the rate of fire is twice as fast, and the reload time is twice as fast. Accuracy is about the same, but the average is actually is 400 and 400. When I played the 120 millimeter, I actually was averaging about 3 to 400 points of damage. When I switched over to the 155, the average damage on this thing is 750. I actually increased my damage. I was averaging about 8 to. I've actually had shots where I actually had 1100 and 1200 damage on this gun. So that's the reason why I decided to go with the 155. Okay, that's about it for this tank. I do have a clip of this tank in action when I had it, and you can see the damage that this tank can do. Okay, we are in the T30 American TD Tier 9. We hit Enberg, and we have a 55% chance to win this game. As you can see, this is actually me, Buddy 1927, playing. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Okay, as you can see, well, what I'm trying to do is there's a little rock on the ridge, on the far side of this ridge, that I'm going to end up going to start sniping from there. One thing about the TD is that you got to remember this is a tank destroyer. It's designed for sniping at long distances. It's not a brawler. That's why I didn't go in the city. Yeah, as we get set up, I already have one TD over there, got another heavy with us. Set up on the other side of this rock to where the other TD is. And we're gonna see what we can find. As you can see, the heavy said, okay, we got two TDs up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get in battle. Can't get no joy on him, he's behind the buildings. As you can see, this is an encounter. You see where the majority of the fighting is going on right now. I had a shot on him, but it's not a real good one. So what I'm going to do is wait for him to get into my line of fire. Now, let's go back to that one tank. One thing about TD, when you're sniping, it takes patience. Let the enemy come to you, let them make the mistake. Now, I could shoot this guy, but it's just a little bit of his rear. I want to make sure my shot counts, so I'm going to wait until he backs up a little bit more. There he goes. Shot him, 716 damage on him. That guy's dead. By the time I load, he'd be dead. Yep. The key behind shooting a TD is taking a look at the map. You see the main force is on the right side of where I'm at. Take a blind shot there. Now, as you can see, I'm actually going to be repositioning. No, maybe not. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reposition. Get a better angle on the enemy that's coming up. One thing I want to show you, since I am repositioning. Okay. What I'm doing is using the ridge line. They can't see me removing. And I'm using cover to reposition myself so the enemy does not know where I am. That's one thing about TD, you once you take a couple shots, you want to go ahead and relocate, because they might have an idea where you're at. Now we got 2 targets here.
Critical hit.
Critical hit on him. Reloading.
Penetration.
735 damage on that tagger. Miss. I killed my buddy. That means they got an idea where we're at, so I'm going to reposition again. I've been spotted. Had a shot, but wasn't 100% lined up, so I'm going to wait and take the shot. He's going to make a mistake and come out. I hide. As you can see, I've been spotted. I hide so I don't have a target for them to shoot at. They shot at me. And I'm going to reposition again. Get a different angle on them. See if we can get light anything up. Take a shot and take the kill.
Penetration.
There's another shot on E75. Did 696 on him. I got that T30 in front of me. He hit me because I was angled. It ricocheted. Now I'm loaded. Now let's go and wait for that T30 to poke his head out again.
Enemy is hit.
Another hit. I'm behind the building waiting for my gun to reload.
Vehicle destroyed.
Okay, let's kill first kill. And as you can see, my Sixth Sense kicked in. Remember, there's a 3-second delay in the Sixth Sense, so by the time Sixth Sense says you're spotted, you've already been spotted for 3 seconds. I'm ready to close down. 773. And see what I mean? He took a shot at me. Then my Sixth Sense says, "Oh, by the way, you're spotted." Remember, sniping takes a lot of patience. To be a good TDer, you gotta basically sit and wait. There we go. Here we go. Ooh, missed. There he comes. And he's behind another building. loaded. Waiting for him to come out.
Enemy
And kill
vehicle
number 2.
destroyed.
And we've done about 3,800 damage so far according to XVM. With 2 kills. We got 2 tanks left. One's on one side. Okay, we only got 1 tank left. Where's he at? There he is. He has me lined up, I have him lined up, and I got him. And that's the game. Okay, here we go. Here's your victory shot. As you can see, we won the game. Received 57,286 credits, 1,519. Shot a total of 13 times with 9 hits with a 69.23% hit ratio. Okay, next one up is team. As you can see, I did top damage on the team with 4,316, 3 kills, and 1,013 credits on that. Go to the next one. Next one is the detail report. Like I said, did 13 shots, fired 9 penetration, did 4,316 damage, received 1 hit, 1 non-penetration hit. Received a total of 750 damage. So my hit ratio, my damage done and damage received has actually gone up there. Enemy damage, I hit 6. Enemy destroyed 3. Damage due to your assistance, 347. And as you can see down below, this was not a ×2, so did 1,519 research points, went back to my crew, and it was accelerated. And actually in a tier 9 battle, after repairs and damages and all that, I did 35,836 credits. So that's pretty good for a tier 9 battle. We actually won gold. I'd like to thank you again for watching Nafta Review. I hope the review of the T30 was informative. And if you've got any comments, please leave them on YouTube. If you like us, please like us on YouTube. I'd like to thank you again, and save some tanks for me on the battlefield.